We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. The way to gain a good reputation is to endeavor to be what you desire to appear. The foundation of every state is the education of its youth. For a man to conquer himself is the first and noblest of all victories. Worthless people live only to eat and drink. People of worth eat and drink only to live. You will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the greatest quality of the mind, next to honor. No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river, and he's not the same man. Courage is the first of human qualities, because it is the quality which guarantees the others. Moral excellence comes about as a result of habit. We become just by doing just acts. Temperate by doing temperate acts. Brave by doing brave acts. If I had followed the multitude, I should not have studied philosophy. Happiness resides not in possessions and not in gold. Happiness dwells in the soul. Difficulties are things that show a person what they are. True wisdom comes to each of us when we realize how little we understand about life, ourselves, and the world around us. All the earth is mine, and I have a right to go all over it and through it. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. When you are offended at any man's fault, turn to yourself and study your own failings. Then you will forget your anger. He has the most, who is most content with the least. Good character is not formed in a week or a month. It is created little by little, day by day. Protracted and patient effort is needed to develop good character. Throw moderation to the winds, and the greatest pleasures bring the greatest pains. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. I don't need a friend who changes when I change, and who nods when I nod. My shadow does that much better. Those who intend on becoming great should love neither themselves nor their own things, but only what is just, whether it happens to be done by themselves or others. Fate is the endless chain of causation, whereby things are the reason or formula by which the world goes on. Even when laws have been written down, they ought not always to remain unaltered. Good means not merely not to do wrong, but rather not to desire to do wrong. There are two things a person should never be angry at: what they can help and what they cannot. Much learning does not teach understanding. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. There was never a genius without a tincture of madness. It is a true man's part not to err, but it is also noble of a man to perceive his error. Knowledge without justice ought to be called cunning rather than wisdom. Riches do not exhilarate us so much with their possession as they torment us with their loss. Medicine to produce health must examine disease, and music to create harmony must investigate discord. It is hard to contend against one's heart's desire for whatever it wishes to have. It buys at the cost of soul. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. Everything existing in the universe is the fruit of chance and necessity. The ultimate value of life depends upon awareness and the power of contemplation rather than upon mere survival. Every heart sings a song incomplete until another heart whispers back. Those who wish to sing always find a song. At the touch of a lover, everyone becomes a poet. Control thy passions, lest they take vengeance on thee. No one that encounters prosperity does not also encounter danger. Misfortune shows those who are not really friends. Moral habits, induced by public practices, are far quicker in making their way into men's private lives than the failings and faults of individuals are in infecting the city at large. Skillful pilots gain their reputation from storms and tempest. No man should bring children into the world who is unwilling to persevere to the end in their nature and education. Do not trust all men, but trust men of worth. The former course is silly, the latter a mark of prudence. Men who wish to know about the world must learn about it in its particular details. The energy of the mind is the essence of life. People are like dirt. They can either nourish you and help you grow as a person, or they can stunt your growth and make you wilt and die. To test a perfect theory with imperfect instruments did not impress the Greek philosophers as a valid way to gain knowledge. We are not separated from spirit, we are in it. But what difference does it make who spoke the words? They were uttered for the world. It wasn't easy looking dignified, wearing a bed sheet and a purple cape. Those who educate children well are more to be honored than they who produce them, for these only gave them life. Those the art of living well. When health is absent, wisdom cannot reveal itself, art cannot manifest, strength cannot fight, wealth becomes useless, and intelligence cannot be applied. Come back, even as a shadow, even as a dream. If you love these quotes, please subscribe to this channel and watch our next video.